That's good. That's good. That's always good.
Exactly.
Yes. Shout out to Yolanda Adams. That was a song y'all just heard. Yes.
Yolanda always get it started right on the right foot.
Yeah, always. I think we all needed some of that encouragement and some of that, that gospel. Especially the way this world is nowadays. We need that.
Definitely. It's a lot of negativity. So anytime you can inspire somebody with something positive, good thing.
Uplifting.
Yes.
Yes. So how was your drive down? Ain't you glad that ice and all that snow ain't out there?
Yes, Lord. I definitely wouldn't have made it last week.
Yeah, that was a smart move right there.
Yeah, that's the one thing that it'll give me. I don't fear a lot of things, but I fully respect Mother Nature, so I said, we'll sit this one out.
Man, when that stuff came down, I mean, it was accidents everywhere.
Yes, I said, thank God I don't work far from where I live at, and I'm able to literally take all the back streets with my hazard lights on so I don't aggravate anybody. So I drove about 10 miles per hour home, but yeah, once I made it home, I'm like, I'm gonna stay in this safe space.
Yes, and you know what? That was smart what you just said too. It's a lot of people wasn't driving with their hazard lights on.
Oh no.
They need to.
I'm that person that is in front of you, aggravating you with my hazards on, going slow. I will move over and let you go around. But I need to make it to my destination.
But it can't be aggravating, so because they see your hazard lights on, so obviously they know you got to go slow.
Right.
It's caution. No. But yeah, society today, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, everybody's always in a rush.
Yeah, then I seen this one person going backwards. they were.
They were actually on the road.
Their transmission went out.
Huh?
I can't talk. I had an 83 Malibu some years ago, and my transmission went out. Well, it actually was the line of my transmission I had to fix, and I ended up driving back home from Warrensville to 146 in between Glendale and Bartlett. I had to drive all of that home.
So you was hitting side streets, though, I know.
Well, I was on Main Street for a minute because I was coming from Warrensville, but yeah, then I hit up the side streets. But Cherry Lane, all that stuff in through
That's one thing about when them cars transmission go out. It won't go forward, but you can't go backwards.
Hey, lucky for me, I know I'm a very good driver backwards.
Fast and Furious.
My dad, shoot. All that race car, they're bagging up off the trailer and stuff. Taking his car off the trailer. Yeah.
That happened to my very first car was a 74 Chevy Nova. I think I was like 16 years old, something like that.
The transmission went out?
Yeah.
I think we all had that experience. I had one car. It was my favorite car. It was a Probe. And I don't remember what the part was, but it was a automatic. But before I got rid of it, I ended up having to drive it like a stick, because if I would stop at a light and just hit the brake, the car would literally cut off. So I used to have to be at the light with my foot on the gas
and the brake. Yeah.
I can't remember what the part was that was damaged. It was like some type of small hose. But yeah, before I learned how to drive a stick, I had an automatic that I had to drive like a stick. So I think we all have trauma car story, but thank God we're not there anymore.
How would you learn how to drive a stick?
When did I get that? I think it was I don't remember my age, but it was like in 2004.
Okay.
I just saw the car and it was so cute. I did not know how to drive a car. That's why I don't go car shopping by myself too often. But I just liked the car because it was cute.
I like stick shifts, man. Because first, if somebody driving too slow, you can zip around them just like that.
Just go.
You can't do that with a regular car. Got to build up momentum.
Right.
But with a stick, and the stick is the best to drive in the wintertime as well.
Well, my favorite feature on that car was I did not have to worry about anybody asking to borrow it. Nobody around me knew how to drive a stick once I learned how to drive it.
Yeah, they're real good when it comes to weather, especially like I say in the snow, or like people slide off the road, they go down in that little ditch. If you got a stick shift, if you know how to drive it right and not hit it, you can just pull this stuff right out, just right out.
Actually, it was fun to drive after a while, like hills and all that. I'm like, okay, I didn't have my little fun with it, so.
Yeah, it could be kind of
challenging.
Yeah, rush hour, because you constantly you like okay,
That stop and go
okay,
traffic.
yeah. That's a little too much right there. And on them heels.
That is the part that used to really get me. I'm like, Lord, please don't let nobody pull behind me because I used to leave just enough room for me to make a mistake. But yeah, it was a fun experience.
I was like, you gotta be quick. You gotta be like Bruce Lee behind that wheel with the feet, you know, real quick. Cause that sucker drift back. Oh man.
Right.
Yeah. So what's been happening?
You know what? Nothing much. Actually, this year I did my last event, technically of the year, and I said I'm going to take this year to actually take a break, and then sometimes you have to sit back, revisit your original plan, and then just through different experiences, maybe change something, alter something, add something. So my goal is to not host any more events on my own this year, and it's been itching. I was telling my cousin on the way down here, I'm like, well, we could do something for February because Valentine's Day is coming up, but I'm trying to stick to my plan and not host anything this year. So we're gonna see how that goes.
And again, happy belated.
Thank you. And I enjoy it. I was the birthday celebration, even with the weather, like I was really, really happy with the people that end up coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And like the title of it was Fashionably Late, and when I have themes, I just like, do stuff that sound good. But I'm like, it literally ended up being fashionably late because everybody had purchased their tickets in advance, and literally the show started 2 hours late. And once I thought about it, I'm like, so it really did start fashionably late. That was not part of the plan, but it worked in our favor.
Man, for a minute, I was like, uh-oh. Because you know how the weather was, and nobody want to really come out.
Right.
You know,
and I'm like, usually I'll have it to where people like, I'm going to buy a ticket at the door, I'm going to buy a ticket at the door. And it's like, okay. But this time, I'm like, they bought tickets. So I wasn't mad. If they just wanted to bless me for my birthday, that's fine. But I'm like, at least let a few people come.
And that's what I thought they was doing because it was so cold. It was bone-chilling cold.
Yes, it was. Because when I was loading my car, I'm like, Lord, why? Y'all could have waited till next week to let Mother Nature do what she needed to do. But I was really, really, really satisfied with the turnout.
Yeah. Everything turned out great.
It really did.
Yeah.
That's why I said I got a little spoiled because I handpicked the models. It was a small group, and I'm like, I did not have any stress leading up to the event or doing the event. Like everything just flowed so smoothly. Like, the larger group you have, the more chance of problems or just different things that could occur. So I'm like, okay, Lord, this is spoiling me a little bit. So
now, if it was a flat out fashion show without the birthday thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
It would have been, you would have.
It would not have went as smooth as it did.
Right.
Like I say, I take everything into consideration. Every event I do, I go home, take notes, what I like, what I did not like. So I gave myself like actually 18 months, because if everything goes the way I want it to go, we won't be hosting anything until the summer of 2025. Okay. So I'll just be like networking with different people and just doing different things, like maybe small workshops. But my goal is to not host a full event for 2024. So I'm saying that out loud so that other people can hold me accountable for it too. So.
And networking is something else, because if you do it like you say you're gonna do it, you come back. That's gonna be like boom. Oh yeah.
Yes, networking is definitely key to growing. Not just in this industry, but in any industry. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, you have a bad experience, and then that'll pull people back from really want to put themselves out there or try to connect to people. But cause I used to be one of those people. No, I'm good. I got my little 3 people that I'm working with, and I'm fine. But networking, you learn a lot, you get a lot of exposure, and then too, on the other side, like, you should have stuff to offer. It's not just about you connecting with people and, I don't want to say leeching, but not you just connecting with people and you only benefiting. Like, you should try to grow yourself and make yourself well-rounded, so that the people that connect to you, they can say, hey, I'm glad I met her, or hey, I'm glad I met him. So it's give take. That's what it should be.
Yeah, you're right. Networking is one of the best things you can do for actually you, because so many people got different backgrounds. And you never know who, you never know who. Everything could be at your fingertips. Let's put it that way.
It really is. Like, it really is. That's why when we did this last event, and another reason why I like for that small group, because I don't know if she watching. Yes, Candace. Girl, I'm about to talk about you. So, Candace is the host with the mostest. She usually does our event. Like, she started, I think, the first time she hosted my event, I think it was 2021. And after that, I'm like, okay, that's her. I don't have nothing to do with hosting. But, like, for this event, like I said, it was a little bit more informal or everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let her take a break, because I really just wanted to talk to the people. But even then, like, it was a laid back environment. But I'm like, this is really work. Like, sitting up here talking to people, you gotta keep the dead air going. So she does a really good job at that.
That was awesome, though. I mean, you did a great job, though.
But yeah, I wanted to really do that because, like, when each model came out, I wanted to say, hey, they don't just model. This part, like with you, I was able to tell he does security. He models, he acts. He works with celebrities. So a lot of people just see, okay, they model and that, but they don't realize there's more layers to the people that you see on a runway. So that was one of the main things I wanted to do too with this last event, was make sure that I exposed the other different things that the models do. So.
Yeah. Like I say, you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Yeah. And,
planned it.
because I see the models, they be different shows and everything, and
Right, and be around each other all the time, and you don't know you was working with this model and she does this or he does that. And it may have been a service or something that you needed, and never knowing that you were already connected to what you needed. So
small world, but a big world.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes to modeling, man. But like I say, networking, they open doors for other things, though. Not just modeling, like you say. I mean, for everything, almost everything that you would think of.
Right.
Because you never know somebody, you be like, hey, such and such, we got this going on, blah, blah, blah. And just that fast, you get your big break. Didn't even see it coming.
Exactly. It takes being in the right place at the right time, and then it just takes that one yes, and it could be a door that opened and change your life forever. Yeah. So I'm really, really big on networking. And also, too, outside of just networking, just acknowledging people, like I say, anybody that works with me, whenever I do my shows at the end, I always try to thank people, and then I try to make posts. And since social media is a big part of what everybody does, I always try to make sure I shout them out online or whatever. They did this for me, so hey, maybe you can use this service for yourself. So
yeah. So how can people reach you? Like, your platform that you
on? On Facebook, I'm more active on Facebook. And we actually have a networking group. I'm actually live in that group now. Okay. But it's called the Ohio Beauty and Fashion Networking Industry Group. And I actually created that group so that people, can post their events, so I can post my events, and just so that people can connect. And the last time that I checked the numbers, I think it said we had 1,700 people in that group, which is good.
Wow.
And then I also try to monitor, because now the way that Facebook changed the groups, before people used to be able to request to join, and then they would have to answer questions, and then we would have to approve them. Well, now, because it's a public group, anybody can join the group, but we still have it set to where we have to approve their posts. So I'm in a lot of groups. I network a lot on Facebook, so you're always going to have scammers or somebody dishonest posting things. So we try to do a good job, but like every few weeks or months or something, I'll try to go through and look at some of the profiles to see, is this a real person? Is this a bot or something like that? So that's probably like the biggest platform that we have. Then we're on Instagram. Usually my Instagram is just the overflow from whatever I post on Facebook. So on Instagram, we're under HTZ Styling Team. On Facebook, we're under HTZ Styling Team. And then I have my personal page, but then for my modeling, I also have my page on Instagram, which is Leah, LLEAUH. So,
okay.
But yeah, for the most part, Facebook is the primary platform that we are active on.
Nice. I see that piece you had on your head, that custom made, huh?
Oh, that was all Splash.
Okay.
Yeah, took the black with the red.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, I will.
No, and that the one with almost like a
red and gray.
I believe it was.
Because I had the last.
Yeah, I had to go with it.
Okay, now that piece, Coco Mystique, she made that for me for my birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her. I want to say that's her new. I guess she's coming out with a line of that, but it's called the Trench Fleece.
So it's just for women or? For
Oh no. She does it custom. So
Okay.
yeah, you just reach out to her. You could pick the fabric that she has, or if you see a specific fabric that you want, you can order it. And yeah, it did not take her long to do that. I went over there. She took my measurements. I took a coat that I had that was similar to that style, just so she can kind of see the fit. And I want to say the turnaround time was really, really fast. Like, it did not take her long at all. So yeah, reach out to her, Coco Mystique. I'll try to, when I finish the interview, tag her. But yeah, reach out to her. She does a really good job.
And Splash, he do a good job as well.
Oh yeah, Splash, you definitely gonna be walking in a place with a one of a kind piece on. With
I seen his a lot of his work. Yeah.
Yeah, and those two, and that's where I say I get stuck in, because those two are like two of the ones that I've been working with for a while. And, you get used to work with people, the outcome, so you kind of stick to it or whatever. And I've been working. I think I met both of them in 2018.
Okay. Yeah, I seen cause he been Angela Lane, some of her fashion shows as well.
Oh yeah, and she actually has one coming up. She in February, and like I said, this year I'm working on networking, so I'm actually going to be helping her behind the scenes with her.
Okay.
So that's actually going to be the first event that I'm going to be working behind the scenes with somebody. I think her date is February 25th for her event. I think it's like the last Saturday of February.
Yeah, I just know it's in February. That's all I know.
Yeah, I want to say it's the last either Saturday or Sunday in February.
Yeah, shout out to Angela Lane.
Oh yeah, Cleveland has a lot of talent and people just doing different things in the industry. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a nice place though, where it was at.
Oh, my event.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my church. I've been at my church this year makes 25 years.
I never been there.
Yeah, we've been at that.
I didn't even know that was a church.
It used to be the old Sears warehouse.
Okay.
And I think we moved over there in 99 or 90.
90 something? For real?
It's been over there since the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I said,
I had
I've been
no
there
idea.
for 25 years, and I think I came 3 or 4 years after they moved to that location. So I want to say maybe they've been at that location for like 28, 29 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Many times I've been past that place. I never knew that.
A lot of people, I just tell people to look for the big lion on the front of the church. So that's what most people look for.
Wow. And then when I went inside, I was like, okay, I didn't expect all that, you know?
Oh, yeah. And actually, so let's say you have to be flexible. You have to be ready for whatever. So originally, like where we had it at was like, that's our main sanctuary or whatever. Normally I host my events in the fellowship hall. Well, another church member, they had reserved, because that was the same day that the Browns was playing.
Yeah.
So he had reserved his, for the fellowship hall where we normally reserve, he had set up for like, a little watch party. So my first lady called like, we got a problem. I'm like, what's going on? She like, I double booked. I'm like, oh Lord. Like, so we sitting there, she like, okay, would you mind just using the one side of the sanctuary? I'm like, it's perfect. I'm like, as long as I don't have to reschedule the whole thing. So that's how we actually ended up over there. Like that was not really the original plan, but it actually worked out so much better to be over there because it made it more smaller and like a more intimate event, which I wanted it to be. I didn't want, because the fellowship hall, it's like a nice size or whatever, so we'd have had to fill up more space, but that space was perfect. But yeah, that was not the original plan.
Is it a stage over there on the other side, or?
No, it's just the room, and I think that room holds, I think like 150 people. Like if you just have chairs and stuff. But yeah, it's a nice size room over there.
But yeah, that side was cozy.
Right, and that's exactly what I wanted, because I wanted it to be more like a gathering, more so than an event. So it worked out. It definitely worked out.
Yep. Had fun there. Food was good. You know, you had the vendors.
Shout out to my sister for the food, because I'm like, I can't do the food. Y'all do not want me cooking the food. And my sister, she's been cooking like forever. She's actually in school now, so I've been trying to push her to do like catering or just something with her cooking and stuff. So I think like once she finishes school this year, I think she's gonna get more into it.
I know some real good caterers too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she also is into like healthy, like herbs and like healthy eating and healthy living and stuff like that. So she don't know it, but she's one of my projects that I'm trying to push. Like, girl, get out there and help people out.
Yeah, why not? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the DJ.
Oh yeah, she that was my second event working with her, and yeah, again, networking or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And actually with her, I went to an event in Akron, and it was a female DJ. I'm like, ooh, and I, got her card, and I followed her on Facebook. I said, I'm gonna reach out to you one day. And I think in March of last year, at Silks for what's that? St. Patrick's Day, he had an event up there, and there was a few different DJs. And so I see, I'm like, oh, that's the girl from Akron. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to her. So when I did my last event, we didn't do that September, the end of last year, I reached out to her. So, she, I told her what I wanted, and she was like, okay, this is my first time doing a fashion show. And I'm like, first time? I'm like, I met you at a fashion show in Akron. So long story short, she was the wrong female DJ that I reached out to, because I thought she was the one I met in Akron. But like I said, it ended up working itself out, because she did a really good job. But I was so confused, because she was like, this is my first fashion show.
She had a twin.
Right, and I'm looking like, no, because she was at the fashion show in Akron. She was like, no, that wasn't me. So I shout out to the other young lady in Akron that opened the door for the for DJ Tasha Beats here in Cleveland. But again, like I said, I like networking, just working with different people. So it ended up working itself out with her again.
Even been on different shows and stuff like that. It's networking. A lot of guests be coming in here, be networking. It's a wonderful thing.
It really is. It really is. And like you said, Cleveland is big but yet small. And what they say, what's the saying? It's 6 degrees of separation. So you always know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
So how long you been doing, like, putting stuff together like that? How long?
So I did my first fashion show in 2013. And again, like I said, a lot of opportunities, or it comes from this happened, so I gotta fix this. So it was, I think it was 2011, either 2011 or 2012. Like I had a friend that was out of town, and he used to do fashion shows and stuff. Well, I take that back. I started participating in a hair show in Akron, and you can sign up and you can do a scene in their event. So
that's right, you do hair.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, because like now I just have my private clients. Like I'm not in the salon or anything. So I signed up for that. That was in Akron, and I used to do his show every year up until I think it was either 2010 or 2011. He ended up getting, I think either his mom passed. So after that, he stopped doing them. But, I was looking forward to doing the events every year. So I think it was 2011, my one friend, he had a friend that did fashion shows in different states. So in 2011, he was like, well, he's going to be in Cleveland doing a show. So I'm like, okay, this is my first time going to like a model call or whatever. So I went, was selected to be in it. You had to, sign the paper and stuff. Now, this is what I always tell models when I do my workshop. Read everything. Like, don't put your name on something that you don't understand. So it was like a little form, and, it was a space on there. It was like, well, how many general admission tickets you think you can sell? So, you all excited. I'm like, well, I can sell this amount. And then how many VIP you think you can sell? I can sell this amount. But I didn't know that was a contract, but they didn't say that. So whatever number you put on there, you're agreeing that those are the amount of tickets that you're going to sell. And then there was small print. If you did not sell that amount, you still was going to owe them that amount.
Oh, heck no.
So I didn't, like, of course, they didn't point that out. So I didn't know that. So we used to have the little rehearsals and stuff. And at some of the rehearsals, I'm like, it used to be security. And I'm like, why they got security at a rehearsal? Or whatever. But, I'm not thinking he's from out of town. And you know what I'm saying? So it came to the day of the event. So, they was like, well, where the ticket money? Long story short, that's how I found out that was a contract. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Even though it's security there, you still can't do nothing.
It was a horrible experience.
No, it's not a police. I mean, you can't do anything,
Right. And like I say, that contract, so of course, I'm like, oh God, whatever. End up paying a contract. So he even told me, was like, well, I gave you a discount because that was your friend. I'm like, if you gave me a discount and you charged me this, because I saw a lot of girls, like, they was crying and all this, and I immediately got upset because I was doing it whether, if I did the show and somebody picked me up to model for them, that was good. And I was like, if I don't, then I'm still in behind the scenes networking and stuff, because even with that show, the only good thing that came out of it, like, I was able to work with them a little bit behind the scenes, so I kind of seen like how the stuff went. And then the quality of the show, it was horrible. Like, I usually don't like to say anything negative about, because stuff happened, but
Right.
for the amount of money that he was charging people, like, you didn't even give a good platform or whatever. So after that, I'm like, I can't believe this. I fell for a scam. And after that, I'm like, well, shoot, what they did, I'm like, I can do that myself. So that following year, I hosted my first fashion show on my own, and I've been doing it ever since. So I just tell people, well, that was my tuition into starting doing my own business, because I'm like, that was wrong of what he did. Then I always make sure, I'm like, I will never
Do
something
something
like
yeah.
that or whatever. But yeah, what really pushed me to do it, because when I saw them girls crying, because I'm like, these young girls, this is a career. They putting their money into it because they want a career. And then when I saw the end result, like, the stage looked like something that you go to, like a kindergarten recital, and it was horrible. And I'm like, for the amount of money you charge, you could have at least had like a better presentation. Like, at the time, like, I was a size 2 or 4. Like, I was in clothes that was a size 12. Like, they was pinning stuff. Like, none of my clothes fit that I was.
Wow.
It was a horrible experience. Like, it was a horrible experience. But you know what? I was grateful that I had it, because I would not have ever thought about hosting my own event. So I said, I had to pay my dues, and that was my dues that I paid right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 2012, after I had that experience with him, is what made me start hosting my own shows.
Well, hopefully them girls are still doing something, because something like that.
It's discouraging.
Yeah. You're like, well, forget this. You're right.
Because you had that one experience, and now you label everybody like that. And then again, like I said, at first I'm like, okay, well, stuff happened. But then, like I said, after that happened, like, I just cut ties with him. I never even told my friend until years later, because it's my best friend, like my god brother. So I'm like, I know if I tell him, that's gonna cause trouble, in their friendship and stuff. So I'm like, hey, I should have read the contract or whatever. But years later, I told him, and he still was upset about it. And like I said, that happened in 2012. And I think a few years after, like I said, I never said anything about the gentleman that did it. But the next thing I heard about him, and that's why I tell people, you have to be careful how you treat people or whatever. Like, it's one thing if you do something and it's a mistake. But when you intentionally do something, last time I heard about him, like, he was living in his sister's basement, like, sleeping on her couch and stuff like that.
I don't like ugly.
Yeah, like, when I had met him, he was doing this, name dropping the different celebrities that he had raped with, which that wasn't why I did it. I did it because, my friend recommended, so I'm going to go on the word of my friend. And I'm like, it may be a good door for me to walk through. And he really did know some of them people. But again, like I said, a few years later, the next thing I heard about him, like, he had lost everything. And I'm like, in the end, it wasn't worth it. You probably got that little bit of money from us and the other people you scammed. But at the end, for you to go out the way you did, like, it's never worth it.
Yeah, you're right. Like I say, I don't like ugly. You see everything, so.
Like I It's like sometimes stuff happen. That's a given. You know, nothing is ever perfect. But
Stuff like that. You made
you
the bed.
intentionally.
You made the bed you lay in, Jack. On that one.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was an experience, but I'm glad I was able to take it and it pushed me to a different level that I wasn't even trying to go in. So
Yeah. So you gonna do any out of town shows, or you ever thought about it?
that's one of my goals. Like I actually have a few friends that live out of town, so, and that's another thing that I've been doing. Well, that I have on my list to do this year to visit my friends that live in different states and stuff like that. And part of what I do when I go out there is to, you know, just keep my eye open or whatever. So definitely, if a door opens to do something out of town, I'm
You know, it'd be good because you know to hit like New York Fashion Week and all that. You know.
Oh yeah. I actually went to New York twice for Fashion Week, and again, it was an experience both times. And like I said, I just took the information from that and the experiences that I had and just jotted it down. So
Okay.
if the door open, I'll definitely be
Yeah.
ready to participate.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. You got any shout outs?
We got a shout out. Like I said, let me see. Again, like
you got time.
Yeah, the different people that I've worked with. So actually, this year, because you work with Jackie a lot.
Yeah,
With Hot Ohio or whatever. So I see she have a few projects coming up. So I actually been talking to her. So I plan on participating with events with her. Like I said, I'm working with Angela this year for her show in February. And been a little bit more active on social media trying to connect, because before I just would be on there trying to promote the stuff that I do. So that's why I said literally this year I'm gonna try to actually sit down, take a break from hosting, and just try to be on the other side with networking with people and supporting different events and stuff like that. So
yeah. I think that's gonna be pretty awesome. You doing the right thing though. You know, like I say, you've been busy.
and I did not realize how much I've been going to after I sound. Like, yeah, I definitely want to take a break. And then sometimes we be I know myself, so caught up and used to doing stuff that when you do have a moment to sit down and breathe, it's like, okay, I honestly do not know what to do with free time. And so that's why I said, I keep saying it out loud so that I can be held accountable that I don't want to host any full events this year. I'm going to try to keep my word and wait till the summer of 25.
You're so used to doing it, you know.
Right.
But you would have somebody to co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so.
That'd be easier, you know, easier on you because you got so much on your plate, you know, the event, then everybody running around, you know they're gonna be asking you 1,000 questions.
A million questions.
So I get it.
Yeah. And I really want to really build a full team because like I said, when I did my first show in 2013, I had a team of people that I work with, and the purpose of it is I want people to work with me, and then people have their own goals and dreams. So my goal with working with people is okay, hopefully I could be there with them for the start and whatever goals they have. We be happy to be a part of the foundation of it. So literally everybody that I worked with in 2013, they actually have moved on and pursuing their dreams. Like it was one person, Carla, she worked a lot with us in 2013. She's actually living in LA now.
Okay.
She's still doing hair and stuff like that. My best friend, he ended up moving to Baltimore, so he's still doing hair. And actually during the pandemic, he started his catering business or whatever. So, and I'm putting him on the spot too. He's already agreed for when I do my event in 2025 that he'll come here to do the catering.
Okay.
For it. I'll try to put his page up to Chef D Catering, and he's been working in the service restaurant industry for a while as a server, and once the pandemic hit, the restaurants shut down, hair salons shut down, and again an opportunity presented himself where he was able to do a catering event because somebody canceled, And one of his friends was like, hey, you do this. And,
Right place at the right time.
Exactly. And instead of him being scared backing out, he didn't have his catering stuff, but he got what he got. The friend that told him about it helped him pull his stuff together. And next thing you know, a year later, he literally has like a catering business where he gets booked and stuff out there. So,
that is so awesome.
Yeah. It's another friend that does hair that used to work with me on that team. She's actually in Tennessee now. So just about everybody on that team that started, they had goals of doing whatever, and they're all actually out there. At first I was kind of sad, like, dang, they leaving. But then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, if they out there, you could go visit them. So that's more reach for you. So
yeah.
So actually, those are some of the places that I'm going to visit, like the places where they live at. And, again, to go visit my friends. But then I'm always have my eye open to see opportunities where we can like network and all that.
That's one thing about that pandemic, though. That pandemic, it made a lot of people start their own business, though. It made a lot of people start their own business.
Oh yeah. It made people see it forced you to dig down and find the talent for yourself. Because you got to survive out here.
So they think they was doing something to us. Anything, we'd be like, cool, If anything, we'd be like, hey, you did us a favor, if anything.
Exactly. It forced us to be creative.
Right. But you gonna be doing more shows in 05.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Like I said, I kind of got an idea of what we want to do. I know the first one we're going to try to do a show for Father's Day for 2025.
Well, are you going to be, okay, you're going to wait till next year, but are you going to be in some shows?
Oh, actually, yes. I actually seen a few model calls that I plan on attending. And like I said, I know Jackie has a schedule of photo shoots that she's doing. So I know I'm participating with her. I actually just saw someone post an event for March 3rd for model call. So I'm going to be a part of that too. So.
And look, I just want to put my bid in for next year. Like, keep me in mind for your red carpet.
Oh, yeah. Just make sure you remind me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, I love, like I say, the more the merrier.
Mm-hmm.
But,
come on down, the price is right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But, yeah, that's for now, that's what we have coming up. And then, like I said, we're going to be doing, like, workshops. Of course, modeling, we always focus on the exterior outside. Yeah. So we want to do more workshops with like internal personal development and stuff like that. Because like I said, during the shows and events and stuff, I get to network with a lot of people. So I have a person, actually I met her through my church. Her name is Rosie. She has her own business that helps with like retirement, financial planning and stuff like that. So I want to do like a small workshop and have her come share information to introduce herself. Because, a lot of times, I know a lot in our community, we don't know about investments or just different things. And it's a lot of stuff we tend to shy away from because if you aren't knowledgeable on it. So a lot of times if you see somebody that looks like you feel more comfortable connected to them. So I want to do a workshop with her. Actually, the guy that does my taxes, I've been work with him for like a few years, and I always ask him questions. Like, I have a general understanding, but I don't know enough, like I can do your taxes and stuff, but just have him come, especially in our industry, modeling is freelancing, you're an independent person doing, you're not working for anybody. So there's things that you can be benefiting from, even though you may work a 9 to 5. Like a lot of people do this for a hobby or whatever. Right. But if you're trying to do it as a career, you might as well get all of the benefits from it. So, like, every time when I go file my taxes, he's always asking me, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Some stuff I forget. Mm-hmm. So I want to do stuff with people like that do stuff that's not so visible, stuff that's going to help you behind the scenes. So, like I said, we want to do workshops, do things to bring them in, and just a lot of stuff that involves, like, internal personal development. So.
I think that'd be awesome. A lot of health stuff too.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one too.
Yeah, because that's popping up lately more and more. People getting into a lot of that. Like making sure you get your checkups and all that stuff. So they have workshops that people actually come to.
Right, educate them on those things. So yeah, it's like I say, I want to still be involved and still be visible, but just in a different aspect. Like I say, working on stuff that's more internal and like personal development. So we gonna see. I'm not gonna get a chance to sit down for 2024, but I will be.
I know you ain't.
I will I will not be as busy or pulled in as many directions as it is when you're hosting events and stuff like that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. And then like the workshops that I want to host, I want them to be smaller. So it'll be some of them, maybe open to 25 people. Some of them it may be 10 people. It just depends on what the workshop is about, so that the people that can come can really benefit from whatever the topic is.
You know what? That place where you threw the event, that'd be a good spot right there.
Oh yeah, I already said I gotta, like I said, I'm gonna take the rest of January off, but I already got her on my list of phone calls.
It's comfortable in there, everything. I mean, it's
especially that outside area where the kitchen, because actually, and then our church, they did some remodeling. That kitchen area where the food was served at, that wasn't there. So during COVID, we had, our church never technically closed. It was always open, but most people stayed home, and we had our services online. So, during the time where we wasn't coming to church, they took that time and remodeled that area and stuff. So I definitely will be utilizing that area a lot.
Yeah, like I say, that place is nice, man. Them chairs where I was at over there, them things were so comfortable.
They did a really good job, and that's one thing. A lot of times, people shy away from religion and church and stuff like that. But like I said, I've been at my church for 25 years, and actually, that's the reason why I'm doing my fashion stuff now. Like, when I first joined the church, I was working in retail, and I had got promoted to manager. I was doing good, but I'm like, I know this ain't it. Like, my job was cool, but I'm just like, it just feel like it's something more. And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Literally, I was, talking to God or whatever. It was probably on a Wednesday or Thursday. So when we went to church that Sunday, and mind you, I had just joined the church. So at the time, he's a bishop now, but he was just still a pastor then. And he preached a message. And he was like, I'm going to dedicate this message to hairstylists. And again, at the time, I didn't have my hair license. Like, I had took my test, failed it, and, like, okay, I failed. That's it. So he dedicated that message to hairstylists. And, he was like, if anybody, is into doing hair and looking to do hair, come to the altar, we're going to pray for you. So mind you, I'm new at the church, so I'm just looking at all these people going up. I'm like, oh, he do hair, she do hair. So I'm just sitting back, observing. So he was like, anybody that ever had a desire to do hair and all that. So I'm watching more people walk up. So I'm just sitting there like, wow, I didn't know she do hair. So it was like, God was like, this girl's so slow. So he was like, anybody ever come that hair, come to the altar. So I'm like, oh, well, I fit that description. So when we got up there, he was, he said a prayer. He was like, the gist of it was like, if you let Christ use your business, he'll open doors for you. So I'm like, and then when he preached his message, it was just really inspirational. So I went to enroll back in hair school. Like, he did that in October. I went and enrolled in hair school in March of that year. The following year, and finished hair school. And like the following year, got my license for hair. Did that for a while, and then eventually, a few years later, when I did the show in Akron, that's what got me into fashion. So a lot of people don't know. Like, I really got my license to do hair and then moved into fashion because of a message that was preached at church. So, and a lot of reasons too why I end up hosting a lot of my events there at the church is because, people always say, don't forget where you came from, so that literally was the seed that opened the door for me to do that. So that's another reason why I host a lot of my events at the church. So.
Like I said, I like that. The place is really, it's real comfortable. We're supposed to be comfortable anyway. The place of the Lord,
right?
So
He wants you to feel
that
like
makes
home.
sense. Yeah. Well, you can give some shout outs if you want.
Okay. Well, shout out to my cousin. She in the background, y'all. She's trying to pretend like she's shy.
Yeah. Put you on blast. Put you on blast.
She,
My bad.
you
I was
know,
over
we
here
have,
looking at her pictures I'm taking.
we have photographers at our event, but she's always there to be back up, you know, get the angles, different angles and videos and things like that. So, definitely a big help.
Here she is, y'all. Here
Hi
she is.
everybody, I don't know where the camera is.
Oh, that was the point. I didn't want to be saying.
You know, I'm
That's saying you right there too. That's saying you right
I
there.
wanted to support my cousin, so of course I'm here. If anybody's wondering, yes, I'm here with her.
Tell them what you do. Tell them what you do.
I have her back, main thing. So whatever she needs me to do, literally, I take her pictures. I take the videos. I'm
She
not
do
a
the
professional, but because this is my cousin, and I know that ain't nobody gonna have her back besides the family, like they gonna have her back. I'm gonna make sure that I'm there. But I help her pack up. I go shopping with her. We will. That's one of our biggest problems. We love to shop, so that one is always fun. We find places. We do take trips, and we'll look at places to go take some photos just for fun. We love to take pictures. But yeah, anything she needs me to do, I'm definitely gonna be there to do for her.
But like, hey, I'm gonna be your assistant. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. So
And
hey,
that makes a big difference. And a lot of time, and then too, I'm glad she said that, because a lot of times you hear people say, you know, their family don't support or whatever.
it's
Like-
yeah, that's important.
Yeah, like I can't say that. I know you know they nerves sometimes, but my family, they do really like come through. Like even if during the planning part, like I be planning stuff like a year ahead. And I'm like, y'all gotta do this, y'all gotta do that. They may not be there at that beginning part, but like the day before, closer to it, like I can always count on at least a handful of people from my family. So I know people's families get a bad rep for supporting them, but I'm grateful to be able to say like I haven't had, you know, that experience or whatever. So support makes a huge,
Yeah, it
huge
does.
difference.
It does. Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, don't see the work that you put in, you know, to do this. You know, blood, sweat, and tears. You know, it ain't easy. You can't just wake up and just do this.
Right, that behind the scenes stuff is what people get. And then there be a lot of stuff, well, I'll put this out there. Like, I'm grateful. Like, I have not had, like, too many issues or whatnot. Because, again, when you network, you talk to people. So I've heard people, they share their stories. And I'm like, well, I'm grateful that I have not had to go through that. But it's a lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes. There be a lot of stuff that go on that make you be like, okay, this is the last time I'm doing this. I'm ready to be done. And then, you know, that's how you know that you really got a passion for something, when the opportunity comes where it's a legitimate reason for you to quit. But you push through it. You may be mad for a minute, but then you be ready to face that next challenge. So
Yeah. Well, I know I'm ready for all kind of challenge, you know.
like, I ain't gonna say I'll be that gun hole ready for it. But when it come, I'll be like, all right, Lord, we gotta make it through this.
Yeah. Ain't nothing I can't handle. You know. God wouldn't put me in certain positions, but he knew I couldn't handle it.
He definitely knows who can handle what and what'll break the next person.
You know, I always tell people, you know, he put you on this earth. He gave you everything that you got, but you were the master of your own fate. He wanted to just sit back and see what you want to do with it.
Exactly.
You know, so he's the only one that can judge. So
You can't tell some people that.
yeah, but they'll learn.
But you know what though? Like I said, you're gonna always have negative things around you. But again, like most of the time, that's where you grew it. Like I said, I literally started doing fashion shows because I got paid trying to participate in the fashion show. Like I literally never even, before that situation, like I said, I participated in events and stuff like that, but I never even had on my radar. I'm trying to think. I honestly had not thought about hosting anything, or I was not planning on starting it that soon.
But you know what though? That's a definition of what doesn't kill you
Makes you stronger, exactly.
So
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. A lot of people shy away from challenges or adversities, which that's natural because nobody wants to literally fight all the time. Like you want to have something where it's like, okay,
There's something wrong with you.
right, but like you said, the key is, you got to be ready, because if He put it in front of you, He definitely gave you what you need.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't realize it until you're put in that situation. And then too, on the flip side of networking, you got to be careful of the people that you have around you. Because sometimes you have it, but if you have somebody around you that's always negative or don't believe you, that'll stop you more than the adversities or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why too, a lot of people, like I say, by networking, I talk to a lot of people. Some people vent, and I'll listen, because I know how it is when you don't have anybody to talk to. But sometimes I tell people it's a good thing when some people aren't around you, because if they not believing in what you're doing and you got that negative energy around you, you don't realize that they the reason why you not being able to move forward. Because you still trying to build, and every time you build, they taking a break because they don't think that you're capable of doing it. So
You're right.
sometimes I'm telling people, well, hey, maybe that'd be a blessing in disguise that this person ain't where you want them to be, or this thing isn't going through. So like I said, what I learned too, you have to learn how to navigate and be able to read why this is happening, or what's the purpose of this. So
God say, be nice, have a kind heart, but don't be no fool either.
exactly.
So
People definitely, and people
big
they see that
believer of that, man. God help those who help themselves. And if you continue taking that whooping and you know that you shouldn't be,
right,
you ain't helping yourself.
not at all.
To get away from that negativity, so
Yeah,
shy away from them,
And it's like some people literally, like, they pray, they looking for your weakness. So like I said, you don't want to be too guarded or standoffish, but at the same time, you have to learn how to recognize if every time this person is there, or you're in this situation, it doesn't go your way, that might be something you want to reevaluate. Like, hey, maybe I need to get away from this, or maybe I don't need to involve this person in that aspect.
Because when they ain't around, it's like a big relief.
Yes, like
So that's a problem.
Yeah.
I used to hear that term, energy vampire, and all that stuff. And it sounded like a cute buzzword, but when I honestly start looking back and when experiencing it, I'm like, oh, this is real. So it be some people, and I've never, it's nothing for you to be offended by or whatever, but it's like, if I feel every time I come around you, like, it's like, dang, it's something different, or it's just off. I'll limit my interaction, and it's not nothing, bad. I don't like you or whatever, but it's like,
But you gotta protect yourself.
Protecting your peace is real.
Yeah, it's real. I know my peace is everything, Jack. You're still my peace, man. As you get older, you're supposed to get wiser, not dumber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Naive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's a limit, a lot of things. And the less tolerance you have, for one.
Like you say, the older you get, because when I was younger, you see the adults doing stuff, and it's like, why they act like that? Why they act like that? And now, as I'm getting older and whatever, I realized, like, a lot of stuff that did not make sense to me when I was growing up, why some adults acted the way they acted or responded to certain things the way they responded. It makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So.
I agree. I totally agree. But I'm gonna be I know I'm gonna be real. Well, I'm going to be real active. I'm always active, you know what I mean? But my plate is full, but that's what I want, because I'm working hard at everything that I do.
And it shows.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I say, man, that time when I had got sick, and people was like, that's a setback. That's what people were saying. Oh, that's a setback. I said, ain't no setback. I said, that's a rearrangement.
Okay.
Exactly.
Rearrangement.
And it's all the way you come out of it. Like I said, it could have set you back, but again, it's the way you look at it. And then sometimes, like you said, your plate is full. Sometimes God knows when we need rest. And sometimes He'll force
Man,
us to
look,
take rest.
look. He set me down. He said, "Peace be still." When he said, "Peace be still," man, I mean, peace be. He didn't sit me down. He shut me down.
Okay.
I've been in that situation.
So I know, and I know my mission in life. So once you know your mission in life, you can see things more clear. I knew he wasn't going to take me, even though I couldn't talk.
Oh wow.
You know, I couldn't do anything. So I'm laying in that bed. As I came out that coma, I started praying immediately because that's what I do anyway. It's like second nature.
Right.
So, I mean, I just felt I wasn't worried.
I felt the peace.
Yeah.
What they say, that peace that passes all understanding.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna take me because I do so much, and he gave me all the abilities to do all the things that I'm doing, and he know that I'm not done, and so I know he wasn't gonna take. I felt it. I just knew. But as I was on my job, because you know that I've been on for over 24 years.
Oh.
And you know, but sometimes you be like, okay, it's time for, because all the stuff I'm doing, I was doing all this on the side.
Oh wow.
Plus on that job,
On your job.
building train motors, So I was tired. After a while, you tired. You know what I mean? Because it ain't no easy work. And I was like, man, how can I get up out of here? How can I do this? How can I do, at the same time working on my businesses, and because something gonna pop sooner or later.
One of them gonna have to give you.
Yeah. But you gotta be careful what you ask for. Oh, he answered me. But at the same time, he shut me down because I was doing a lot. My mother used to always tell me, she said, "Solomon, you're doing too much." She said, "You are so busy. You need to take a break. You doing way too much." I was like, nah. I kept saying, "Mom, no, I'm cool. I got it. I'm strong. I'm healthy. This and that." Mom knows.
They definitely know.
Yeah. And when I say he set me down. He shut me down. And that's why he said people still, because he, like I say, he worked in mysterious ways. And the way that went, how I got sick and everything.
And it was all of a sudden.
Yeah. And he did get me out of there though. He got me out of that place. But I didn't walk out. You know what I mean? I was shut down. I didn't walk out of that piece. No, he shut me down. But so everything that I do is very important. But he actually, and that's why I'm going with this. When somebody was like, "That's a setback. That's a setback." Few people said that's a setback. I said, you know what? God see everything that I do. Everything I do is important.
Yes.
But it's just like you playing checkers or whatever. Again, he know everything that I'm doing, but he actually put the stuff in place what he want me to do first.
Exactly.
And then it's second. And then it's third. That's what he did.
And then in hindsight, you can look back and see.
And that's the whole definition of saying God works in mysterious ways. He did get me out of that place where I was at, But look how he did it. But he didn't take me either.
And actually, me and my cousin were talking about that the other day. Like you said, you wanted to get out. He gave you way out, but it wasn't the way that you
Exactly.
thought that it would work out.
Exactly. But I'm grateful.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely grateful.
And it added another layer to your testimony that you can share with other people.
Yes. After one shot, and people like, he got sick. What happened? He got sick. I took that shot like a dodo, and I knew better.
Oh wow.
And that's why I don't take no flu shots, nothing. But I did it because nobody made me do it. I did it, As you know, I'm an industry bodyguard.
You interact with a lot of people.
Yeah, so people was calling me left and right. And that was a time of the pandemic where you had to show that card to get in places. Yeah, you had to show that card to get in places. And I was like, dang, I ain't got that card. I'm like, I ain't taking no, you know, but after a while I thought about it. I said, money is passing me by.
Right. You had to make a decision.
So I said, you know what? Me and God got a real close relationship. We got a close relationship. Like hand in glove. I said, he got me. He got me on this. And he did, but look, I took that shot. That next day, I told, well, first of all, God, he was telling me don't take it. He was telling me don't take it.
Yeah.
I went the first time, they said the nurse just left. I went the second time, they ran out of vaccine. I went the third time, they said the nurse just left to go get some more vaccine and bring it back. I went the fourth time, I took that shot.
Oh, wow.
And but it was some days went by though as I was going back and forth. So when I took that shot, I called my sister. I said, you know what? That next day, I said I don't feel too good.
Wow, dang.
Yeah, one shot. I said I don't, and that was a Pfizer. I said I don't feel too good. So after that, that's when all hell broke loose.
Wow, I didn't know it had. I mean, you had a reaction immediately.
Immediately, yeah. And I called my boss. I was like, I don't feel good. And it was like, Solomon don't call off for nothing. You know, he always, you know. Next minute I know, I had 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot up. But you know what that shot did though? It blocks a part of your common sense. Okay, for me it did.
Right.
For different people it does other things. I done heard word stories too from them shots, you know. But anyway, but everybody got common sense. I know to go to the hospital, but go get checked out, but it blocks that common sense. You know something ain't right with you, but you ain't in your right mind. So, like I say, my business partner, she's real spiritual as well. She's lived way out of town, you know, Galveston, Texas on the island. She was like, something ain't right. She have a vision, something ain't right. Plus,
you can feel it.
Yeah, plus, I wasn't answering none of the calls. I wasn't on social media, no nothing. And people always saying, okay, he's always advertising. You know, he ain't advertising, something ain't right.
Oh.
And that's what she called, you know, the authority, you know, there was awareness people, you know, hey, you go check on my bro, something ain't right, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they came.
Oh, wow. Good thing they acted on, because, you know, some people get those thoughts or, you know, meaning to call out people, you know, stuff get by them and they forget to call. So it's definitely a good thing that they actually followed it.
Yeah. And I mean, man, only thing I remember me answering that door, that was it. I woke up 4 days later out of a coma
Oh, wow.
from a shot. So like I say, after all that I've been through and, you know, when I say that thing messed me up, it messed me up. And the doctors, they was like, we don't even know how you here. We don't even know how you living. That was like, they told my family, they said, hey, he's critically sick, he ain't gonna make it. That's what they said.
So they had just wrote everything.
Because it gave me blood clots, my heart, lungs, legs, it dropped my kidneys. They had me on dialysis, they had me on life support from a shot.
Now I heard about the blood clots. I heard people, you know, saying they had that, but wow.
Yeah. And I bounced back. I came out, before I left out of ICU, my kidneys came back, everything. Everything. But I'm always thinking at the same time, you know, I'm laying in that bed, I can't really move, but I'm like, I gotta get this blood flowing some type of way.
Right.
So, you know, by me always into health and this and this and that, I say, you know what? I started like twirling my ankles, you know, my feet around,
Just
twinkling my
some type of
toes,
movement.
some kind of movement, you know, get something flowing, man. You have to. I said, give me you know, I had to write down what I barely could write, because when I said I had tubes everywhere, all IVs, all of them, so I had to write down ice, you know. So they bring little chips, you know, the little ice, yeah. But I said I was just, because I had to get some water, but I love it, man. But anyway, The whole thing to the story is God works in mysterious ways, you know? And I know he wasn't going to take me, man. I'm like, ooh, wait. So I know something is real good coming down the pipeline. I know it is. First, second of all, I like helping people. And that's my mission in life, you know?
Right.
So, and that's what I do, man. That's exactly what I do.
And sometimes the devil sees what you got ahead too, you know, so sometimes he try to throw stuff in the block, especially when you actually on your path, or, you know, when you are helping, reaching people, you know, sometimes, you know, that goes against what he wants.
Yeah.
So, you know, he'll throw stuff in your way. But that awareness that you're speaking of, you have to be aware of what's going on around you, spiritually, you know, naturally, physically. Like, your senses just got to be in tune and be aware. And then it's good that you are able to recognize, you know, God in a situation, because some people would have went through that and just automatically, like, gave up.
Gosh, man. That's one thing about me. I do not give up for nothing, you know what I mean? Hey, they don't call me warrior for nothing.
Right, that is your own, your ID handle.
Yeah, they don't call me warrior for nothing. So it was like, oh, they call you warrior because you're strong. No, you know, it's mind, body, and soul. You know, I'm God's warrior.
Exactly.
You know, so people don't understand that. Like I say, if the difference between people that really believe and the people that don't, or the want to say they do but they really don't, you will move a certain way, different way. You will talk a different way. You will think a different way. People don't understand that, you know. So, and it's a good feeling.
Right, and it's a lifestyle.
It's a
you know.
lifestyle.
People do a lot of things. What's the word I want to get? Routinely, you know, just because it's Sunday, I gotta go to church. It's Wednesday, I gotta do Bible study. You know, but that's easy. You know, those are things that people can see you doing. But what happens when you're not around people at the church?
Exactly.
And stuff like, you know, so it has to become a part of your lifestyle.
That's like the people when they the people that lives on the street. You know, I don't want to call them, you know, that word, but people that lives on the street and everything. You know, yeah, you bring them some tennis shoes. Yeah, you bring them some food. But why you gotta have this cell phone up? Like, see, look what I'm doing.
I can't stand that. I hate that.
Now, every year, you know, we all get together. You know, the Soul Foundation. We go out. You know, give back. This and that. That's different. You know, we put up videos, you know, stuff like let everybody know, hey, this is what we're doing. We do this every year, so we want you guys to come out.
And participate.
Yeah, get some free this. We do back to school backpacks. You know, we spend it with our own money. You know, filling all the book bags and stuff. You know, we go down to everywhere, passing out stuff that people may need. So, but between the people that's living on the street, they can't go nowhere. I'm not something like that. I'm not going to sit there and video. Hey, look what I'm doing. And giving.
Right.
Be a good character when people ain't nobody looking.
Right. Filming them like at their lowest. Like, we talk about that a lot too. You know, most on social media, you're gonna always put your best foot forward, you know. Was it last week? I think for the Throwback Thursday, you know, I shared, because my brother passed away in 2015. Actually, that was the only year, passed in 2015. So I didn't do a show then. I didn't do one in 17. Actually was like, I'm good. Like, I didn't even see a way to do anything or whatever. And then at 17, it was just like, okay, you can't just stop doing it. But I shared my post last week, you know, because most of the time I'm posting, you know, my events, you know, hey y'all, this. I say, but all the time I don't be like that. Now I am blessed, like I don't go through a lot by the grace of God, but I have had moments and stuff. So I think, especially when you're doing stuff in the public, like, I don't think you need to expose everything to everybody, but, you know, all the time, it's not always good days. You know, it was that whole year, the whole summer, I should say, is 16. Literally, I just had the strength to lay in a bed, maybe go get something to eat, try to get up and go use the bathroom, and not literally use in the bed for like the whole summer at 16, you know, after my brother passed away, because it was just like, how am I supposed to move past this and stuff? But a lot of people don't like to share their bad times, or, you know, and I ain't saying every time you go through something, post it online,
Right.
but, you know, nobody wants to be seen at their lowest point or whatever. So, like what you said with the video and the homeless people and stuff, you know, it's good, you know, hey, I went out and, you know, we did this, but, you know, don't put that man or that woman on camera looking, you know, like that, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, whatever situation caused them to be there, you know, just help them out, pray for them, and keep it moving. You know, don't expose people at their lowest. Like, I usually, a video like that come down my timeline, like, I won't even click on it and watch it. It's like,
like I say, you never know how them people got there. You know, everybody has a story. You never know people's story. There's so many people judging people all the time. You know, like I say, some people probably, you know, out there because they want to be out there. Because I done heard some of them talking like some of them actually like it.
I've seen some of those documentaries or I've heard like stories like that some people. Or it was one where, you know, they were interviewing the one guy and he was telling them like how much money he can make in a day or something like that. So it feels like a documentary where it's not just a random person just coming off the street and filming somebody. If it's like a documentary where somebody is like an educational, like I may watch it, but generally like when those random ones just come down my timeline or whatever, like I try not to click on those. But yeah, I have seen like some of the documentaries that you talk about where some people choose to live that way.
Yeah. But just other people, some people you like, no, they don't like it, you know. Some bounce back. Look what happened to what's his name? It's an artist.
I was like, cause there's a few of them when I've heard their interviews. Is it like a recent artist? I'm horrible with names.
What is his man? Him and his father, his little brother, they were, and a mom was living on the street. And doggone, I know his name is, I can't even think of his.
It's probably gonna come as soon as you get off the air.
Yeah.
What is his name, man? But they started performing. They was performing on the street and everything, you know, and sleeping in back of places like the restaurants. You know, they throw the garbage out, and then a mom left. She couldn't take it.
Wow.
She left him, so it was just him, his little brother, and his father.
Wow.
And look at him now. You know, she left, and look at him now. What is his name? Doggone it.
Can you think of anything they played in or something?
You say he's an actor?
No, he's an artist.
Oh.
Yeah, light skin. To me, I think he's like, if people don't know about him and seen his videos and his song, he the next Michael Jackson's gonna be Michael Jackson, but he's the next Michael Jackson. I mean, the boy can he can play every instrument. He can play. I mean, light skin guy, real light skin.
Chris Brown?
No, heck no.
Man, when you said Michael Jackson, that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I definitely won't be helped with trying to say.
I was just about to. No, let me get his name, man.
Like now you're about to have me go to Google. Can you think of like a song or something that?
I don't know if he's like Puerto Rican or Bruno.
Mars.
Bruno Mars.
Okay.
I never knew that about him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I do recall him being homeless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah.
Bruno
Living
Mars.
in a car. Yeah.
You know, Bruno. He was here at Town Hall serving. I think that was last year. You before somebody, but you know, celebrities always come to Cleveland stuff. But yeah, he was here just at the Town Hall serving. Y'all been to Town Hall? Yeah. That place, when I say stay, you would think that's Little New York right there.
Really?
That place stayed busy.
Where is that at?
On West 25th.
Oh.
Over there by the West Side Market.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what that was. Oh, because it's like the little restaurant. It's like
Yeah.
a restaurant.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's on the same side where the West Side Market is.
Right.
Everything is all connected. You can come in from the back or the front.
I actually, to be honest, I only ever been to the West Side Market as an adult, like maybe once or twice since they remodeled or.
So y'all gonna go home now and look at Bruno Mars.
Right. That be the stuff that needs to go down about these.
Man, I'm
like
telling
that.
you, that boy is talented like crazy. People, I don't know if people don't know too much about him, but that dude is so talented. It's ridiculous.
Just even hearing that little bit about his story, like that, should make you respect him more as a.
Yeah. And I'm like, look at him now, man.
Yeah, that's a good story. That's how even like a lot of celebrities, like, I enjoy their music and stuff like that. But a lot of times the celebrities that I guess you could say that I'm a fan of, it be their backstory. I appreciate their art and stuff that they share, but it be the backstory when you hear how they got to where they are that make me respect them even more as an artist.
Yeah. Like I say, man, people's story, boy, it's like, ooh, because it's first of all, if you wasn't born with that, money, from like you your parents or whoever was celebrities, man, you talking a lot of sacrificing, man, trying to make it, boy, not eating weeks or days, not weeks, but days without eating, man, because you and you gotta put money into yourself. It's not like, that's another thing people don't understand. When you doing stuff, man, and investing, when you investing into yourself,
That's the word.
that ain't no joke. Because first of all, who's gonna invest in you if you ain't invested in yourself?
Not one.
That goes to show if you ain't investing in yourself, that's going to show you don't believe in yourself. Not saying you don't, but because you might not have the finance, but you better scrape it some kind of way, man, because it's going to make it like you have to invest in yourself. But and that's what makes you not eat, because your money is going towards what you believe in, and it's going to happen, but in God's time.
Exactly. And then to invest in, of course, finances definitely play a big part, but time, because some people, get off work, if you're working a 9 to 5 and then you still got a dream you're pursuing, some people get off work, go home, go to sleep. While that other person might get off, they going to the library researching, they going home reading, they're up all night, they getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at 10 o'clock at night, and it takes a lot.
Discipline.
Yep.
That's the key
Discipline,
word,
yep.
discipline.
I mean, and if you really want it, because it ain't gonna be just handed to you. You know what I mean? I mean, some people may get lucky, whatever, but no.
It's like easy come, easy go. That's real.
And see, that's another thing. Nowadays, even though you can, let's just say you making so much money, you can go buy, if you want to, you can go buy like 3 mansions or whatever. That's, first of all, why do you want to do that?
Exactly.
And remember where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
Easy come, easy go. So don't live. You
want to enjoy it, but like she said,
enjoy it. But come on, because you never know when there's a pandemic, something happened.
But then, like a lot of people, like now, I didn't used to watch a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, but now I start watching them, and this is one I watch on YouTube. Pocket Watching with JT. He's a financial planner. Now on the YouTube show, and he say I am very petty, but he exposes stuff like the scammers and different things like that. A lot of it be like people that scamming people out of financial things and stuff like that. And some of the stories he be telling, like the one, it was I think 2 weeks ago I watched one, and it was a young lady before the pandemic. Like how you said, working, and she finally built herself. Like this was pre-pandemic. Her home was like in a gated community. I think she was at millionaire status. Like this is pre-pandemic. And during the pandemic, she got caught up with, the PPE or whatever, PPP. And when I was watching, I'm like, oh my God, like, way before the pandemic, like when they were showing her business, she was so successful. Like when they show where she came from, and then when they showed to where she was at, I'm like, that's a scary thing, because you literally, like, I don't know what her goals were or whatever, but she was doing really well for herself. And then the opportunity with the PPP loans.
So basically, she messed that up.
Yes, I was disappointed in her. Like, I knew her. I'm like, you were doing well without that money.
You know what? To me, what that sounds like, greed.
Yeah, and that's what it was. She just got so. I mean, you know, from how he was explaining it and how she was able to get it. I mean, it was easy the way he said that she did it. But I'm like, was it worth it in the end? Because now all the stuff that you honestly worked for, you end up losing it. But I like watching his show because he'll break down everything, and he'll listen. He'll watch like if it's a podcast or if it's a show or whatever it is, he'll watch it before he come online talking about it.
Yeah.
And it just be amazing to me, like a lot of stuff that he be exposing. And then on the flip side of it, I'm like, people make it easy for the scammers to scam because some of the stuff that he had on there, I'm like, they fell for that. Like, you gave this man $10,000 after he gave you that pitch, and I'm like I say, I'm not fully educated on finance and investing, but I know enough, like some of the stuff that people were investing in, I'm like, that don't even sound right for me to give you $20, let alone for me to open up my savings. But that goes back to one of the things I said, you have to be careful because it's literally people that's preying on your lack of knowledge or on your desperation. And then, you know,
24/7. And
not to fully victim shame, because, you know, some people, they be in a desperate situation, but it's like, I would say, just research, especially when it comes to money, like a life savings. Like, it was so sad the amount of people on some of those, you know, people that he was exposing, how many people's life savings. And I'm like, as a scammer, like, how can you sleep at night knowing that you sold somebody a dream? You know for a fact that what you're telling them isn't going to happen. And these people that poured their life savings into you.
Yeah.
Like, the show it's very good. It's very interesting.
I knew a guy that he worked for this company. This was years ago. He had worked for this company, and it was all mentally challenged people. You know, you say where they could go live on their own.
Right.
But they still got caretakers and stuff, you know.
Right, like assisted living house or something like that.
Yeah. But they have access to their credit cards to go shopping for them. And, man, so many. Caught up with them though.
And like I'll be watching his show and I'll literally be speechless because some of the stuff that people do, I'm like, you can't think that you're going to continue to get away. Like you say, it's going to always catch up on you. Yeah. And in the end, it's literally never worth it.
Change your life. Change your life, man. Shoot.
No, but, I mean, yeah, the scammers change your life, but I would just encourage people, like, really research, especially when it comes to investing your money. Like, just research. Don't make it easy for the scammers. Like, if they're going to scam, like, literally make them work. Like, don't make it easy for them.
Yeah. But we're going to be, you ain't never gave your shout-outs, though. You know.
I was shouting them out, though.
Well, okay.
On here. I see Marsha Lay on here. She's a stylist. She's from Cleveland, but
shout out to Marsha
Yeah,
Lay.
she's in Atlanta now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Kiss the baby for me.
Yeah, she on here. She got her YouTube station. I don't want to try to say the name of it because I know I will jack it up. But she has her YouTube station too that she interviews people.
What's up? The baby getting big and everything.
She going so fast.
Yep.
She just got her ears pierced.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to everybody who's watching.
Yeah, let's see. We got Luther Park on here. He's a stylist and a model.
Shout out to Luther.
See Vanessa J. Vanessa, she does hosting. Like, she's another one that does hosting really, really well. So Cleveland actually has a lot of people.
A lot of talent. A lot of talent here, man. So many. That's why, man, it'd be so, I always say this all the time, man, that'd be so great if some of us could come together here in Cleveland and just make a big, like rent out a huge spot, and they just have a big powwow. Just like the modeling shows, also have shows, for, singing,
yeah, we have a lot of,
and like concerts. It could be just like Showtime at the Apollo, stuff like that.
Got the talent.
We can do all kind of we have so much avenues that we can do. If people could come together, man, and it's not hard. If everybody be on the same page, it's not hard.
But I have been seeing like a lot of different events where people network. And then too, I think the thing is though, everybody's doing something. That's why, like, even when I do fashion shows and stuff with the models, and I know they get tired of me telling like, just post on your page, because the majority of the people on my page are entrepreneurs, or they're literally doing the same thing I'm doing. So, they'll see it and I'll see their stuff. And then sometimes, you're building their building. So sometimes you may not be able to fully support what they're doing and stuff like that. So it's a catch-22.
Oh, you mean by actually like doing
Support
it with them?
Yeah, either doing it with them or even supporting what they have. Like, it's
Far as going to it,
it's
everybody,
always a lot
because
going
everybody
on.
been busy, yeah.
Like, everybody's building, which is
Yeah.
a good thing, though.
Mhm.
It's a good thing. You see all the
But
time.
they know that you do support them whether you're there or not, regardless.
Right. Yeah, like, sometimes, even if I can't, like I said, this year, when I take this year off, like, that's my goal, like, to support more, again, network. But, like, I literally created the networking group for, share your information here, or, what do you have going on? So support don't always mean, monetary or showing up,
Right,
share their
right.
posts, you see somebody doing something, you may not be able to come, but share it on your page. Somebody on your page, may want to support it. So there's a lot of ways to support, without having to, spend money, or, you may not be able to be there, but we got a lot of talent in Cleveland. And for the most part, just looking at people's interactions and stuff, on their page when they post their events, I think we do a decent job with supporting people. But like you said, it's always more that could be done.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's about that time, so I want to thank you for coming
Thanks for
down.
having me.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to come back, and and you want to advertise, and everything, just hey, you know where to go.
I'm definitely gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah.
We actually supposed to meet in February, so I'm gonna try to at least put out the schedule of events we want to do for like the entire, at least the first half of this year, so that we can put it out there. So.
And like I say, you want to bring some people down, some of the models or some of the, whatever you got going on,
Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of them, they have stuff up and coming too. So definitely, once we have our meeting, and actually got to be an adult and buy a calendar and write stuff down. I used to always try to go by memory and stuff, but I'm like, okay, I need something physically to look at, so I have to buy me a calendar so I can actually start putting stuff on the calendar so that I don't overlap or so I don't miss anything. So hopefully by that second week in February, we're supposed to have our meeting, so we'll at least have an idea of what's going on.
Yeah. All right, Sites, have you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that if you, a family member or a friend, has someone that's affected by violence, know that violence can affect all parts of your lives. The way you eat, sleep, cause you to lose focus. If you're angry, afraid, or even use drugs or drinking as a way to escape, but we're here to tell you, violence doesn't have to keep hurting, and you can change your life starting now with help from the Trauma Recovery Center. We want you to take control of your life. Today could be the day the Trauma Recovery Center offers real help for real needs in real time. They offer services for food, clothes, safety, emotional support, and a whole lot more. So do not let violence control you. You can break free, and TRC can help. Give them a call at 216-644-5487. They will come to you wherever you are. They are free. They are 24/7. They are confidential, and they can give you the tools to rebuild your life Andrea Health. Did you hear me? They can give you the tools to rebuild your life. Andrea Health. Call today, 216-644-5487. The Trauma Recovery Center of Northeast Ohio. Also affiliated with the Center for Families and Children. Finally, we just want to thank you for tuning in to the Solomon Paulk radio show with your host, The Warrior, here on a station where we don't bring no static, but we sure don't bring the noise on staticradio.net. Make sure you guys check us out on social media, where we absolutely love to hear from you, on Facebook.com/No Static Radio LLC, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at No Static _radio, on Instagram at @TheReal_No Static Radio, on YouTube at No Static Radio, all one word. The same thing on our newest platform, Discover.tv. Our website is down right now, so you guys stay tuned, because we got some jam-packed goodness coming to you later on. But make sure that you also check out our partners, Google Colors on YouTube, and check out our sponsors, the Dedicated Senior Medical Center, Lamont Avenue Wines, the Cleveland Rugby League, designed me exclusively. You guys stay safe, and prayers for handling this crazy weather. We'll catch you guys next time. Take it away, Solomon.
All right. Thanks for you all listening. Just remember, stay good to each other, respect each other, and don't forget about God. Peace. We out.
Yes.
Time for me to get something. Look at my ring stuff. I'm like, okay, what time is it? Because I want to go get some eating in here. Thank you. That was painless.
We're gonna take